Good morning, Executive Leadership Team. My name is Tian Tian, an analyst with commodities sales desk here in Singapore. Thank you for your time today. We are operating in an era of unprecedented global variety, driven by shifting micro circles, physical shocks, and trade wars. Today, I will walk you through a comprehensive playbook for 2026 to 2030, showing how our DEX plans to turn this economic shift into strategic alpha and revenue growth. In simple terms, we use economic change to guide our business decisions. To anticipate market movements, we track three key macroeconomic indicators. GDP is our engaging of economic output. This means it measures how much the economy is producing overall. Inflation is a thermometer for economic overheating. This means it shows how fast the prices are rising in the economy. And unemployment is a leading indicator of consumer demand. This means it reflects how confident people feel about spending. These indicators move together. During expansion, GDP rises, unemployment falls, and inflation creeps up. In recession, the dynamic flips. By tracking these three variables, we can pinpoint our exit location in this business circle. In the simple terms, when GDP is stronger, our clients are more confident and willing to invest. When inflation rises, they become more cautious and start hedging. When unemployment increases, demand weakens and clients reduce risk. Why does this matter? Because circle positioning dictates client behavior. In simple terms, different economic conditions change what our clients want and how they behave. GDP growth directly drives physical demand for industrial metals like copper. Inflation propels clients to accumulate commodities as a reasonable hedge. By understanding these shifts, our sales desk proprietary pitches the right derivative structures at the exact right time, which are financial tools used to manage risk. Next, let's look at a specific regional catalyst. The 2025 Singapore test report analyzes through the ADAS model. This is a model that shows how total demand and supply interact in the economy. In the short run, this fiscal stimulus boosts disposable income and consumer confidence. Point graph. This shows aggregate demand reward from 81 to 82. This means people are spending more in the economy. Real output expand past its sustainable long-term potential, creating an efficiency gap, which means that demand is higher than what the economy can sustainably produce, and the driving process up to P2. This leads to higher price in the economy. As a result, business may see higher sales in the short run. So, while the short-term effect is positive, it also creates inflation and higher costs for business later. This means companies must be prepared to both increase demand and raising costs. In the long run, higher prices lead to higher wage demand and production costs. Consequently, short-run aggregate supply shifts left to SIS2. Output normalized at Y1, but the price level remains elevated at P3. What does this mean for Golden Thread Singapore? Internally, we must anticipate higher local operating expenses. Intentionally is commercial opportunity. We must proactively approach valuable clients like shipping and aviation, pitching customized hedging solutions to lock in their margins before costs permanently stable at a higher level. If we do not act early, our clients risk facing significant cost pressure. So, while the short term looks beneficial, the long-term effect creates higher cost pressure. Companies that prepare early can protect their profit margins. Globally, protectionist policies are returning. Let's analyze a U.S. tariff on base metals using a microeconomic supply and demand model. A tariff acts as a tax, artificially raising the domestic price from the world price to PW plus T. It makes import goods more expensive, and this toiled price. Domestic supply expands, but domestic demand contracts. Import values drop drastically, creating economic efficiency, represented by red, dead weightless triangles. It represents vested economic value in the market. The winners are the U.S. government, tax revenue, and domestic producers. The losers are foreign exporters and U.S. manufacturers facing higher input costs. Here is our strategy. Tariffs disrupt supply chains, meaning goods become more expensive and unevenly priced across countries. We will deploy capital to capture cross-border arbitrage opportunities, which means taking advantage of price differences between countries. At the same time, we will offer solutions that help U.S. manufacturers managing rising costs. This helps them manage rising costs, reduce risk, and protect their profit margin. Finally, let's look beyond traditional models. Markets are made of people, and people are rarely perfectly rational. At Goldman Sachs, understanding connective basis and human irrationality is exactly how we generate alpha. Traditional economics assumes people are rational. However, emotions such as fear, loss aversion, and overconfidence strongly influence decision making. Understanding this gives us a power engage in the market. Here are two practical applications. First, the sunk cost fallacy. Claims often refuse to close out blending commodities hedges, irrationally hoping for a rebound based on unrecoverable past premiums. In simple terms, clients keep holding on to losses because they have already invested money. Our action will reframe the page. Instead of focusing on past losses, we help clients focus on future opportunities. This helps clients let go of past losses and make better decisions. Second, the ultimate gain and fairness. Traditional methods clients accept any profit deal. Reality proves they will reject it if they perceive our margin as unfair. In simple terms, clients care about fairness, not just profit. Our action, extreme transparency by demystifying our pricing models and fee structures. We satisfy the physiological demand for fairness, dramatically increasing deal close rates. This helps us close more deals and build stronger client relationships. To conclude, micro models tell us where the market is going, micro models tell us who bears the cost, and behavioral insights tell us how to execute the trade. By integrating all three, the Singapore Commodities Tax is ready to navigate global volatility and drive exceptional growth for the firm. In the simple terms, we turn economic uncertainty into business opportunities. Thank you for your time.